What are the 6 main beliefs of Islam? Faith iman is generally outlined using the 6 articles of faith. Belief in Allah, the only God. Belief in the angels. Belief in holy books Quran. Belief in the prophets. Belief in the Day of Judgment. Belief in God's predestination. Tawhid, belief in Allah, the only God. Group of dashes. Tawhid meaning oneness of God, also romanized as Tawhid. Tawhid or Tawhid is the indivisible oneness concept of monotheism in Islam. Tawhid is the religion's central and single most important concept, upon which a Muslim's entire faith rests. It unequivocally holds that God is one and single, therefore the Islamic belief in God is considered Unitarian. Tawhid constitutes the foremost article of the Muslim profession of faith. The first part of the Shahada, the Islamic declaration of faith, is the declaration of belief in the oneness of God. To attribute divinity to anything or anyone else is shirk, an unpardonable sin according to the Quran, if repentance is not sought afterwards. Muslims believe that the entirety of the Islamic teaching rests on the principle of Tawhid. Belief in the angels. Group of dashes. In Islam, angels are celestial beings, created from a luminous origin by God to perform certain tasks He has given them. The angels from the angelic realm are subordinates in a hierarchy headed by one of the archangels in the highest heavens. One belief in angels is one of the 6 articles of faith in Islam. Belief in holy books Quran. Group of dashes. Islamic holy books are the texts which Muslims believe were authored by Allah via various prophets throughout humanity's history. All these books, in Muslim belief, promulgated the code and laws that Allah ordained for those people. Muslims believe the Quran to be the final revelation of Allah to man, and a completion and confirmation of previous scriptures. Despite the primacy that Muslims place upon the Quran as Allah's final word, Islam speaks of respecting all the previous scriptures. And belief in all the revealed books is an article of faith in Islam. Among the books considered to be revealed, the 4 mentioned by name in the Quran are the Torah revealed to Musa Moses, the Zabur revealed to Dawud David, the Injil Gospel revealed to Isa Jesus, and the Quran revealed to Muhammad. Belief in the prophets. Group of dashes. Prophets in Islam include messengers, racial, bringers of a divine revelation via an angel, and prophets and by lawbringers that Muslims believe were sent by God to every person, bringing God's message in a language they can understand. Knowledge of the Islamic prophets is one of the 6 articles of the Islamic faith, and specifically mentioned in the Quran. Muslims believe that the first prophet was also the first human being, Adam, created by Allah. Many of the revelations delivered by the 48 prophets in Judaism and many prophets of Christianity are mentioned as such in the Quran, but usually in slightly different forms. For example, the Jewish Elisha is called Eliezer, Job is Ayub, Jesus is Isa, etc. The Torah given to Moses Musa is called Torah, the Psalms given to David Dawud is the Zabur. The Gospel given to Jesus is Injil. 1 In Islam, prophets are commonly exclusively male, thus none of the 7 Jewish prophetesses are mentioned in the Quran as prophets. Unique to Islam is Muhammad ibn Abdullah, who Muslims believe is the seal of the prophets, Khatam an-Nabiyyin, that is the last prophet. And the Quran, revealed to Muhammad but not written down by him, which Muslims believe is unique among divine revelations, is the only correct one protected by God from distortion or corruption, destined to remain in its true form until the last day. Muslims believe Muhammad to be the last prophet, although after the prophets there will still be saints. Belief in the Day of Judgment. Group of dashes. Islamic eschatology is the branch of Islamic theology concerning the end of the world, and the day of resurrection after that, known as Yom al-Qiyamah, the Day of Resurrection, or the Day of Judgment, when the annihilation of all life will be followed by its resurrection and judgment by God. When al-Qiyamah will happen is not specified, but according to prophecy there are major and minor signs that will foretell its coming. Many verses in the Quran mention the Last Judgment. Qadar, belief in God's predestination. Group of dashes. Qadar meaning fate, divine foreordainment. Predestination is the concept of divine destiny in Islam. It is one of Islam's 6 articles of faith, along with belief in the oneness of Allah, the revealed books, the prophets of Islam, the day of resurrection and angels. This concept has also been mentioned in the Quran as the decree of Allah.